Hello everybody, this is Neiman Sneed and we are back with a newly formatted show. This is my partner in crime, Ethan Arnold. He's going to be joining me on this new talk show that we're going to be doing. I think we figured out a name for it. It's going to be the Bobcat Chat.
I like it. Hey, rolls off the tongue.
Bobcat Chat. So that's going to be our show going forward. Just want to get some things out of the way. Last week was the bye week for the Bobcats, and we kind of took that week off to organize a new format for the show going forward. Instead of blasting your guys' notifications with YouTube videos throughout the week, we're just going to kind of stick to posting one video every Friday. And when we have individuals that stand out tremendously in the football games, volleyball games, cross-country meets, basketball games, any of the sports that we have going forward, we will conduct individual interviews with those individuals. But for the most part, we're just going to stick to a Friday release date and see how that kind of works. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. And if not, or if you do, just leave comments and let us know, because we want to make sure that we can get the best content delivered to you guys in the best fashion. With that being said, Ethan, I think we're going to head into talking about Bobcat football right now.
Yes, I'm glad. That bye week was way too long.
Took way too long. 5 days, it seemed like it took a year for some reason. I was ready to get back to it.
Hey, but we needed that, though. It really helped the guys rest and recover from that loss to Baker.
Speaking of the loss to Baker, we actually have stats from that game. We're going to start with that and go over that. So the Bobcats lost 65-42 2 weeks ago to Baker University. It's kind of weird looking at the stats, man. We had 31 first downs. They had 19. They did beat us in passing yards, but again, they had 374 passing yards, but we had 237 rushing yards.
Yeah, we definitely stayed with them. It's just the little things. I mean, like the defense, there were some times where we just give up one big play, and that's what turned it. Because we really dominated, I felt like, on both sides of the ball. It's just we had to play every play.
Yeah. And looking here, we have 2 fumbles that we gave up, which wasn't too bad because Baker ended up giving up 1 fumble. Here I'm seeing penalties. We had 6 for 69 yards, and those penalties are
they kill.
They came at crucial times. Yeah. I noticed as well. When we had a drive going, we would get a holding call,
and it just killed the momentum.
Completely killed momentum. Possession time, we led 40 minutes to about 19 minutes. But again, like you were saying, man, it's those big plays. Broken coverages, I saw a lot out there. Yeah. And I think what it came down to was not communicating.
Yeah.
So the boys in blue, they had a bye week this past week, like Ethan was saying here, and really think that they got to it and practiced on some of those downfalls that we saw.
I think coaches definitely focused on those.
Yeah. So Baker University, we ended up losing the game 65-42, but we move on. And the best thing about going into Grandview this weekend is we will be returning a few key running backs in the backfield, Taj Edie and Darren Pass. And those were kind of the players that we saw go down, and our rushing game kind of took a hit.
I completely agree. I think it was great to have the off week because I think everyone will be well rested and ready to go and come out firing.
Going into that second half of the season, it's gonna do us well.
They really want to finish strong.
Yeah, and we have seeing those players return. I want to say, looking through every position on the football field from offense and defense, we are healthy all around. Offensive line, defensive line. So going into Grandview, man, these next 4 games. Are going to be huge for the Bobcats, because even though we did take that loss and we're sitting at 4-2, we are going into divisional play. And from what I understand is if we win out, we should have a strong chance at winning the North Division and making it into the playoffs. Ethan, take it away. What are we looking at for Grandview University this week?
So Grandview is number 6 overall, and they are ranking number 6 in Division I for total offensive yards per game. They are ranked number 6 in total scoring offense per game, and also total pass offense per game.
So it looks like they're coming in with a pretty heavy offensive attack. With that game against Baker, they kind of dumped our stats down.
Yeah.
Looks like we are ranked number 2 in Division I NAIA for total defense per game, so letting up about 343 yards. So defense is going to be definitely a key in Grandview University this week.
I think another key is going to be weather. It's supposed to rain. We don't know yet, but it can definitely affect the outcome of the game.
And I think that's definitely going to help us because Grandview, as we see, is
much more passing focused than run focused.
So forcing them into a different game of their own, I think, would be huge for the Bobcats.
And for us, we are definitely the option-focused team, and we can definitely run the ball. With everyone coming back and being healthy, I'm really looking forward to it.
And I mean, that goes to say, man, right now we're sitting at 1,694 yards total rushing through these 6 games, and that's huge.
Yeah.
So we look to keep that attack up going forward this week against Grandview University. So I think that's enough talk about the upcoming football game this week against Grandview University. They are ranked number 6 in the country, and we are still receiving votes. Not to say that means much, but I think the Bobcats look to bounce back strongly against the Grandview University Vikings this week. Let's move into volleyball, man. I'll start off with some of the latest from volleyball. Looks like volleyball has had 4 games since we have been on the network, and we've kind of recapped them. So I'm going to go over those 4 games really quick. Starting with their win against William Penn University. They won that in 3 sets. Followed by Benedictine University, which they lost in a close 5 sets, 3-2 to them. And then they traveled to Mid-American Nazarene University, losing that match in 3 sets. And then they just bounced back with the win against Mount Mercy in 5, winning that 3-2. So that kind of finds us here this week. Who we got?
We're heading into a tournament this weekend, which starts on Friday. We start with Viterbo University, and all of this will end up being in Des Moines at Grandview University. But then we'll have Rocky Mountain College after that. And on Saturday, we will start with St. Francis University and then move on to Montana Tech University.
Okay. Viterbo is number 1 in the nation, I understand. They look like just a strong offensive team.
Very offense focused. They're very good.
Hitting percentages around 300 in most of their games. Looks like they're passing around the ball very well. Ethan, what can we expect from the Bobcats going into this weekend, you think?
I don't know. We're kind of beat up, but I understand that our Bobcats are tough. We are missing a few people. Alex Bowman won't be playing for personal reasons.
And also, I just want to send a heartfelt shout out to Alex Bowman. With all the incidents happening lately in America, she's been affected by that, and we just want to send out our love, prayers, and wishes to the Bowman family, to Alex, and to everyone that's been affected by the whole thing. It's sad, but we'll bounce back as a country and keep fighting. So,
in addition to Alex, we are also missing Tyra Malhoff, Alina Adams, and Hannah Sexton, all 2 concussions.
So it looks like we're going to be kind of missing our front line.
Our front line is going to be going to have to work double time this week with whoever we have left.
And I think the girls will be able to compensate for that. Like I said, we still have Brooke Rudebush and just Meg Gross and Rachel Knowles, actually. And I just want to let everybody know Rachel Knowles had an outstanding game, a career high performance against Mount Mercy this past week, finishing with 23 kills and a 385% kill rate. So that's just excellent, especially heading into these tough conference games in this tournament.
It helps when you almost win an entire set by yourself. So,
so shout out to Rachel Knowles, great job. So we're gonna head into cross country. We've talked with Alex Kenny this season, and she's just been in her first year of cross country doing amazing, and it's continued into this last meet at the Haskell Indian Nations University Invite down in Lawrence, Kansas on Saturday. Alex posted her second best time of the season, running a 21:57.17. Finishing 42nd out of 108 runners. Top performer for the Bobcats. Great job, Alex Kenny. And that goes to show that every week our cross-country girls have individually gotten better, but also as a team. So that's a great thing to see. And most of these girls, they're actually young, if I understand. Let me pull up the roster really quick here. But it's good because, yeah, a lot of these girls are young, and to see that we'll have them years down the road, I think the Bobcats have a bright future ahead. Alex Kenny is a senior, but then we have Marissa, Allie Worthy, and Julia Zurich, all freshmen. So going forward, the Bobcats are looking strong, and this is only the beginning to something great. Going forward, the Bobcat cross-country team has 2 more meets this season. They'll be traveling to Winfield, Kansas to take part in the Mid-States Classic, which features many teams in the NIA from across the Midwest. The race will begin at 10 a.m., and that's going to be on November 4th, so make sure you guys stay tuned, and we will make sure that we get coverage on that as soon as the results are in, and the girls come back with hopefully even better performances. So I think it's about time we head into golf, Ethan. Yep. So girls just got back from the William Penn Classic, finishing 8 out of 10 teams. Kind of a whole funky situation. Second day, as you guys probably know, in Nebraska we had some pretty bad weather, and the girls were outside. And that second day, the tournament ended up getting called, lightning, bad weather, and everything. So they took first day scores, which placed them out of 8. I was able to speak with Coach Biles, and he kind of told me that second day the girls picked it up tremendously. At that moment, Hannah Badalci was almost even. I think she was 1 above par, and the rest of the girls were right behind her. So that's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, it sucks that it had to end early, but it's good to see them being able to pick that up and change it on day 2.
Because, first day jitters, kind of gets the best of some people, but to see them bounce back in that second day, unfortunately we couldn't take those scores and take those performances. So total, Hannah finished 88, tying for 21st for the Bobcats. Emily Whipple, was 25th, shooting 89. Taylor Finke, 30th, shooting a 91. Vivian Brown and Kathleen Marsh tied for 43rd, finishing with a score of 96. And Charlene Marsh, the other twin, had a score of 100. So those were kind of the performances for the girls at the William Penn Classic. And going forward, what do the girls have?
They've got one last meet for this fall, and it's the Heart of America Athletic Conference Fall Preview Tournament.
Okay.
And that's their last tournament until springtime.
And it looks like that's going to be on October 18th and 19th with a shotgun time of 8 a.m. down in Lawrence, Kansas. So if anybody happens to be in the area at the moment, October 18th and 19th.
You just come on by and support the team. Okay, as we wrap up the Bobcat Chat this week, we will just go over all the sporting events. Football will be playing at Grandview University, and kickoff will start at 1 p.m. on October 14th.
Okay.
Volleyball will continue their play at the Grandview University tournament October 13th and 14th. And then we will look forward to cross country.
Cross country will be traveling to Winfield, Kansas for the Mid-States Classic. That's going to be on October 21st at 10 a.m. And then we move into golf's next match, which is going to be October 18th and 19th. And that's going to be down in Lawrence, Kansas for the Heart of America Athletic Conference, the Fall Preview Tournament. Again, on October 18th and 19th. That's all we have here today for you guys on the Bobcat Chat. I am Neiman Sneed.
I am Ethan Arnold.
And we are thankful for you guys tagging along and watching today. Hope you guys enjoyed this type of format. And again, let us know what you guys think and your opinions and everything. And until next Friday, we will see ya. Bye now.